Merry meet. So, as I said, we're going to do another video this morning, and this one is about the Book of Shadows. I have made so many videos about the Book of Shadows. I have multiple Books of Shadows, and I never finished working on them. I have my very, very glorious one that I bought at a local shop that's the most generic looking little, well, actually it's kind of a bigger Book of Shadows, and I don't ever want to use it, because for that one the pages are blank, which I am not good at writing in a straight line. We'll start off great and then go down, or we'll go up and just not straight across. And I could draw lines, and I have done that in the past, but it's like, I don't want to have permanent lines in those kinds of books. That doesn't look good. Which means I'll have to do it in pencil, and then generally I will have to erase those, and it's just a lot of extra steps that I just never do. And then to add a page is like a huge to-do, and I just don't want to deal with it. So that book has sat there for a while. I have other ones, like I have a smaller edition of the generic kind of looking witchy books, journal things that you can get at local shops and online as well. And it was like, I'll just put my spells in there. And then lo and behold, every time I've got a bunch of other stuff in there, and by the time I would remove those pages, it's noticeably smaller. And usually they're like hand made, which means if you take out a bunch of pages, it's gonna mess with the integrity of the book. And to paste pages on top of it, I'm not very good at, I'm not a very good artistic person, so it doesn't look good anyways. And then also, it's gonna make it too thick where it won't shut. Because it's got like the little flappy thing and then the little hooky thing, on mine at least. So either one, it's just not gonna work. And then I always change my mind on how, I worry about the order in which I'm gonna put them, what should be at the beginning and the middle and whatever. I never get to the end. And then I've tried the ebook of Shadows, which I do like the concept of, just in case anything happens to your physical copy, you could just burn them off. And initially I was going to do that and then have physical copies in my binder Book of Shadows. Eventually I will probably do that. I would love to have printouts of them, but the thing is, and there's this theory of oh my god, was it the 20-second rule or something like that? But it's this idea that you won't do a thing if it's hard, if there's extra steps and extra time to do the thing. Especially on stuff that, it's not that you don't want to do, but it's just more effort to do. I think their example was to watch TV. You sit on the couch, you turn the TV on. Maybe you heard my man sneeze. He's a loud sneezer. Anyways, but it's really easy to do. Versus wanting to learn to play the guitar. Well, you have to get the guitar out of the closet, then you have to tune it, and then you have to find the sheet music, and then you can sit down to, again with the sneezing, but then you can sit down and play it. And so to make it easier, this person had, their guitar and their music or whatever handy in their living room, and had taken the TV remote batteries and put them in a drawer in a different room. Well, what's going to be easier? So kind of that same concept. The printer's in another room. I'm going to have to go find my laptop, get it ready to go, get everything pulled up, hook it up to the printer because the Wi-Fi part of it doesn't work anymore, and then print it. And then make sure I have printer ink, which is always a struggle, and then have paper, and it's just a lot to do. And I just don't. And I could write it on the pages like I have, but I don't like how it looks. Because again, there's no lines. Yan up, yan down, and again, I'm not going to draw lines. So it just doesn't get done. So finally, I had tried this concept before, and it actually, the journal that I had used became my bullet journal for my day-to-day life. And now it is a new one that I've bought. It's the same style, kind of. The front's different. I do prefer the other one, but they didn't have it anymore. So I'm not the world's biggest fan of this cover, but whatever. It's all they had at the store when I went, and I wasn't going to wait around. So I got this at my grocery store. It looks very similar to one that I've showed you guys before. This one has, I don't know, kind of a grid design. I'm not a huge fan because it does look like crosses. I don't work with a cross. It's not a symbol that I like. So I'm just like trying to convince myself that it's just like the points of a compass. That's where my brain's trying to go with that. Other people will not mind, but just not my thing. Anyways, so this one, like this is the inside, and then just lined, simple pages, and it has a little bookmark, and this has 240 pages. I think I paid like maybe $10 or less, maybe even like $7 for this. Again, at my grocery store. And my goal with this is just to use it similar to how I do my bullet journal. And so, how I've got this set up, I shall show you, because I haven't actually started on it yet. It is, you take the first like 3 or 4 pages and you just have your index. And that's what those pages are. So when you need to find something, you don't have to flip through the whole thing to try and find it. You just go to your index and look. Which I think has always been one of my biggest things. Is like, do you put your index in the front or the back? What if you don't have enough room for it? And blah. And after doing my bullet journal for a while, it's like, you know what? Like, I still haven't filled up the first page of it. It's fine. The next step is to number all of the pages. Which what I did, because this is how I am, is I always am behind on uploading my year in a day videos. So I got it uploading on where I'm recording this, which is my iPad. Got like the next video ready to go, uploading, and then I just start numbering the pages. Just sat in bed, worked on that. 2 things at once. Once that was done with its processing and uploading all of that, get the next one ready, get it going, and then resume until I got to the end of the book. And that way, 2 birds, 1 stone. But now they're all numbered. And then I can just add random stuff in here, whatever I'm working on. For example, I'm probably going to have some days of the week magic in here because it is something that I'm kind of getting more interested in. It's a thing that with my current job works particularly well because every other job actually that I have had, you don't have a traditional work week of, you know, Monday through Friday, this time to this time every time. I have, like, this is the first job I've had weekends off, which is so nice. And, like, I can actually have a traditional kind of job where I can start focusing on things. And, you know, my paychecks are pretty steady, and I can actually start to work with the energies for the days of the week. And so, like, that's gonna be a few pages in here. I'll probably have, like, Tiptoe Chick has a daily candle ritual, I think is what it's called, and put notes from that in here, and then have another page dedicated to what the days of the week mean to me, because, I'm sorry, Sunday is not my fun day. Sunday is the conclusion, it's the ending of things, it's the kind of rest day, kind of, because, I mean, that's also, like, my more social days, like, that's when we go and visit family, and, you know, it's kind of the winding down of the week, it's the ending of the week, and Monday is the start of it, not Sunday's Monday, and so, you know, like, Mondays to me is not necessarily about your, I think it's supposed to be, like, your moods, and it's, like, ruled by the moon, and for me, it's, like, Monday's your motivational day. Like, that's the day where you hit the ground running for your week. You know, stuff like that. So, and then I'll also throw in, like, paycheck spells. You know, when you get paid, a little spell to help with your funding. And just spells to do, rituals to do for, like, the moons. Because, again, trying to simplify and make things as easy as possible. I didn't celebrate the last new moon because it's like, I don't know what to do. I don't have a ritual setup of like what to do. I have one for the full moon now, which I actually got from, what is it called? It's like Cunningham's Book of Shadows or something. It was a collection of his works after he died. And in there was various setups for celebrating the full moon, which is great. Except, there really wasn't much for the new moon. And so it's like, I might include that, but then I also might add my own variations because it's still not stuff that I really would say. It's not, like, I don't work with the Lady of the Moon and the God of the Forest. It's like, they're both like kind of war deities, like Morrigan's just kind of like, okay, you can't complain no more. You're in control of your own life. Let's act like it, okay? And then Thor's just, kind of like maybe stop being lazy and just do the thing. They're very no nonsense. So it's weird to be like, Morrigan, Lady of the Moon, because it's not the face that I see of her. And again, Thor, God of the Wild Hunt. No, not really. Now, thunderstorms and stuff like that, sure. But, just kind of making it more personalized, I guess, to my practice. And just random stuff like that. Like, I also want to do things to honor, like, the elements. And so to have, a page of, like, an affirmation for them. Because I do want to try and connect with, like, the 5 elements and then my matron and patron every week, day of the week. So, one for each day. And it's like, I think Mondays are supposed to be with, I want to say it was with water, but like, it's always an air day to me. Tuesdays are fire, Wednesdays are water, Thursdays are earth, Fridays are spirit, and then the weekend would be for the goddess and the god. And so, yeah, just random stuff like that. I'm just planning on adding into this. When I get to the end of it, great! I don't know when that's gonna happen though, because as we know, I never finish them. But my bullet journal, I'm loving, and I'm actually using, and it's gonna have a similar layout in here, in the fact that I'm not gonna try and set specific things to go in order. It's gonna be more of just like, this is the thing that I'm doing, it goes on the next page. Simple. And it doesn't have to be too elaborate. If you want to like doodle in it or whatever, great. But this is just a little more functional. Plus, it's way more travel sized because a binder does not fit in my purse. The big book does not fit in my purse. The little one does. But the pages are really small. It's about this high. So like, like it's a small book. This is just like a standard book size. So it just fits nicely. It's not quite a hardback. It's got a little bit of a bend to it, but it's pretty sturdy. So it's good for traveling. Like my mind right now is Samhain, because we're going everywhere. Like that's just what we do for Samhain, is we visit all of the family graves, which is a long drive because we have to go from like, 3 valleys we have to drive through. Technically, there's one that's like the border between the valley we live in and the next one, but it's still a drive away. Have to go there. Like we have like 7 or 8 different cemeteries we hit, spanning at least like a 3-hour driving distance. We start at like 7 or 8 in the morning. We're getting home at like 4, and we're not spending that much time at each. But like I want to put in my ritual for visiting the graves in here, which since my book sold horribly, I'm thinking about just doing like a video series or like putting it on a blog or something, which is still a project I'm trying to figure out, because I don't remember what email is attached to my old blog of nightwillowcrafts.wordpress.com. I've tried all of them that I can think of, and I don't know which one it is. So, I have a sneaking suspicion I had made it with my college email, that I don't have anymore. So there's that. I cannot log into it, which is a bummer. And I've tried to create other ones, and now WordPress is fun, and to just like pick your, like the first part of it and then .wordpress. Now you have to pay for that every month. And I'm like, you know what? We're not playing this game. Which is weird, because I made a blog not that long ago, within the year, and it was fine. So I don't know if it's because I tried to make it on my phone, if that was the issue, or what. So I'm thinking about trying a different website of a blog, but I just know how to use that one. So, I don't know. But just to manage everything, to have kind of like an e-book of shadows on there of different things that I found, and, you know, whether it's from me or from someone else. Like, there was a healing spell that Witchy Woman podcast posted, and I gotta find the episode because I don't remember. But it was such a good spell that it's like, God, like, everyone needs to know about this, guys. And so to have, like, an archive of, like, stuff, you know? Like, I just... And then, like, to keep track of all of the things, you know, have a section for, like, the Wheel of the Year, and then, like, have different posts for, like, different things, and just have it in one place. I don't know, like, my brain's crazy, guys, okay? It's fine. So, anyways, one day we'll get that up and going, and then I'll have, like, again, the rituals and stuff that was in my book that didn't sell, that I'll probably just end up posting. I might do videos of, but at the very least have, like, the written versions of on there as well, so you can just use it to your readings. So yeah, anyways, it's a big project that one day I'll work on, but it's just such a bummer that I can't log in. So I'm gonna try another variation of it soon and see if I can get that working. I think I might change the name a little bit, like Night Willow Coven or something like that. Because, I mean, I've been debating on making that the name of the tier on Patreon, because I don't have tiers. I just have the one, because I like the number. And, so, yeah, anyways. If you want to support me on Patreon, you're more than welcome. That one's patreon.com/nightwillowcrafts. One day everything will just match with my username, but that's not easy right now. So, anyways, thank you so much for watching and listening to this ramble. The ending derailed, didn't it? But, anyways, I will talk with you guys soon. Hopefully you all are having a fabulous Tuesday, or whenever you're watching this, might be Wednesday, or later in the future. I don't know. I don't know when I'm going to upload. That's the thing, is it's like I want to upload more, and I just don't know what to talk about. So, anyways, I will talk with you guys soon. Don't worry, 2021, you'll have uploads every damn day, because I've been doing that all of this year. That's been my main goal, is getting this book. We're going through it. If you want to follow along in real time, and how much I don't follow this book in order, make sure I'm on Patreon, because yeah, we didn't go in order, and I restarted it like 2 or 3 times. It's fine. So, anyways, I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching, and bless me.